So I'm here at Sengakuji Temple in the Shinagawa area of Tokyo. It's a rather quiet and unassuming temple, but once a year on December 14th, a lot of people come here to celebrate a famous historical event that took place here over 300 years ago. It's one of the most famous stories in Japan. It's a story of revenge, honor, and loyalty. You see, in 1702, 47 masterless samurai, Ronin that is, arrived here carrying the head of their former master's enemy. They had walked 10 kilometers from the mansion of their master's enemy, where they had ambushed and killed him. What had happened was, almost 2 years earlier, their lord, their former lord, Asano, who was the lord of the Ako region, he was appointed to meet with imperial representatives that had come to the shogun's court. And he had to know the proper ceremonial rites, which of course he didn't know, so he had to go to the master of ceremonies, Kira Yoshinaka. Kira Yoshinaka expected bribes for his services, and Asano, for whatever reason, did not comply with this. And Kira was very angry with him and berated him often until finally Asano could not take it any longer. He attacked him in Edo Castle, the shogun's castle. He drew his short sword and attacked him, wounded Kira twice. Now, Kira escaped and he survived his attack. To draw one's weapon in the shogun's castle was a grave offense, and the penalty was death. The same day, Asano was ordered to commit seppuku, ritual suicide. Not only that, though, his lands were seized, his family was dispossessed, and all of his samurai retainers were now suddenly without a job, without a master, and they became Ronin, which is masterless samurai. Of that group, 47 of them eventually came together through a long period of plotting and planning and trying to throw off Kira's spies and also the shogun's spies. They finally attacked Kira in the early morning hours of December 14th. They found him, beheaded him, and brought his head here to this temple and presented it to the grave of their master, who was buried here. Their actions caused quite a stir because many people admired them for upholding the samurai code, and even the shogun was not sure what to do with them. But eventually it was decided, because they did break the law, that they had to die. But instead of being executed as common criminals, which they very well could have been, they were allowed the honor of seppuku. Seppuku, although it is suicide, it is an honor for the samurai to be able to commit seppuku rather than just be beheaded as a common criminal. In 1703, 46 of them committed seppuku. One of them was not there because he was sent back to Ako to give the news, and he was actually pardoned when he returned. And he lived to about his 80s, and when he died, he was eventually buried up here with his comrades. But this story became so famous, within a very short time, plays were already being performed about it. They had to disguise it. You weren't allowed to do any kind of performances based on contemporary political issues. One of the most famous ones was Chushingura, and that is still performed today in Kabuki theater. The story of the 47 Ronin has to be one of the most famous stories in Japan because it illustrates the virtue of loyalty, which Japanese hold very dear. So here I am amongst the graves of the 47 Ronin, plus one. There's a lot of incense up here, which gives it kind of a ghostly atmosphere. I said there's 47 graves plus one. One of the graves was a member of the retainers who wanted to join in on the attack, but because of other obligations, he wasn't able to. He committed seppuku before the attack, but later he was interred here with his comrades. On the anniversary of the attack, 47 men will dress up as the Akoroshi, as the 47 Ronin, and they will come to the temple and present the head of Kira Yoshinaka to Asano's grave here. The story of the 47 Ronin is easily the most famous and popular story in Japan. In fact, one scholar said, to know the story of the 47 Ronin is to know Japan. So what do you think of the 47 Ronin?
I don't know about them.
You don't know about them?
Don't shoot me.